with
Yep.
me? Okay, so I've got the keys on me. Okay, so I'm just going to pop over to the medication cupboard. Okay. Okay, all right. Squeezing in here, isn't it? Okay, so I've got the order for Mr. Peter Pitt for oxycodone. So I'm just going to be checking, the first thing I'm going to be doing is checking the S8 book just to make sure that the medication that's in the cupboard is what is stated in this book. It's a legal requirement,
Yep.
S8 drug book. Okay, so I've got the keys here. I'm just going to be grabbing that out of the cupboard. Lock in the cupboard. The cupboard's locked, and I've got the keys on there as well. Okay, so we have Endone, which is one sealed box. So Endone, oxycodone, trade name's Endone. Expiry 2020. And you can see that's a sealed container, so that's 20.
Yep.
Okay, 20 in there. This one here is an Endone as well. It's oxycodone, expires 2020. This is not sealed, so I'm just going to tip that out and see what actually is in that. Okay. Okay. So there's 3
Yep.
tablets. Endone, expiry 2020. So we have 23 tablets,
Yep.
sealed box, plus this one which is tipped into here, which is 23. Are you happy with that?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm just going to do my first drug check. Are you happy to do the first drug check with me? Okay, so we have Peter Pitt, Mr. Peter Pitt, date of birth 1st of the 1st, 1945, as checked with the patient. He's got a penicillin rash. It gives him a rash, penicillin. That's signed and dated by the doctor. We have oxycodone, 5th of the 3rd, 18, so it's in date, per oral, 7.5 BD for pain. It's signed by the doctor, it's dated, and it's got a contact detail, and it hasn't been given for today.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to check that against, that's the 20 sealed container, 2020, and oxycodone.
Yep.
That's 3, that's 23 there. Okay, and I'm just going to check that. We have oxycodone, sealed container, oxycodone, hydrochloride, 5 milligram, 2020, 5 milligram, 2020
Yep.
against there, and that's the first check.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So now I'm just going to do a little bit of a drug calculation, because it is actually, it's going to work out to be 1.5 tablets, because this comes in 5 milligrams.
Yep.
So I'm going to have stock required over stock strength times volume over 1. So it's 7.5 milligram over 5 milligram, because I have 5 milligram here, and that equals 1.5 tablets. Are you happy with that?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to do my second drug check now. All right. So second drug check, that is the sealed container. Okay, oxycodone, 2020 sealed container, and that's oxycodone, sealed container, and that's 3 in there.
Yep.
I'm just going to check that against the order. So Peter Pitt, Mr. Peter Pitt, MRN 123754, date of birth 1st of the 1st, 1945. It's signed by the doctor. Penicillin, it gives him a rash, that's what he's allergic to. Penicillin gives him a rash, it's signed by the doctor, it's dated. So oxycodone, 5th of the 3rd, in date, it's got per oral, it's got a route, 7.5 milligram BD for pain, been signed by the doctor, signed by the prescriber, signed by the doctor, and it's actually got a contact detail, and it hasn't been given today.
Yep.
Okay, so oxycodone 2020. So that's my second check. So now I am going to be cutting that pill in half, because as per our calculation, stock required over stock strength is volume over 1 is 1.5 tablets. Okay? All right. Okay, so I have my little pill cutter here. So I'm going to be taking, so it's 1.5, so 1 there, okay, and a half here. I'm just going to be putting that in the centre and cutting that down the middle. Okay, so that's 1.5. I'm going to be discarding that other half. Okay,
Yep.
happy to see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's in there, that's the other half. So 1.5. I'm just going to now do my third drug check. Okay, so my third drug check, oxycodone is a sealed box, 2020, oxycodone, that's 20, that's oxycodone against the order, 7.5, 7.5, so that's 1.5 tablets as per here. 2020 is the expiry date.
Yep.
Signed and dated by the doctor. It's got oral 7.5 BD pain, and it's all signed and hasn't been given today.
Yep.
Happy with that?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so that was my third drug check.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just going to make sure that I'm putting the correct amount back into the container,
Yep.
as per the book. So we have oxycodone, 5 milligram 20, okay, and then this is the box that I'm going to be putting this one back into. So oxycodone, expiry 2020, 21 going back into the cupboard.
Yep.
Okay, and I'll put that back in the cupboard. I'm just going to fill this out. Okay, so that is 930, Peter Pitt, 1.5, and we're going to be discarding 0.5, and it's leaving a balance of 21 as just seen.
Yep.
P. Brown. Okay, here's the doctor, and I'm the administrating person, so that's me. Are you happy to sign that?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and now I'm just going to be putting, locking this back up in the cupboard.
Yep.
Okay. And then we'll go and administer that to the patient. Okay. So as per the order, I'm putting this back in the cupboard along with the medication cutter. So I'm locking the cupboard, putting that back in, and also putting the cutter back in as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a medication cup. Cup. And have that on me at all times. And this book is actually going to be going back in the cupboard, and we'll take a photo of that at the moment as well. Okay. All right, washing hands. All right, they're
Yep.
happy to
Yep.
come with me to give this medication. Okay. Hello, Mr. Pitt. Hello. I'm back with your medication.
Yep.
Yeah, how are you feeling now?
Still sore and painful.
Yeah, this should help with that. I'm just making sure, and I'll be checking on you frequently,
Yep.
just to make sure. As I said, it can cause you a little bit of dizziness, can make you feel a little bit sick in the stomach, can cause a bit of hypertension, so low blood pressure. So I'm just going to be checking just to make sure that everything's okay with that. Can you just tell me your first name, please?
Peter
And your last name?
Pitt,
And what's your date of birth?
1st of the 1st, 1945.
Are you allergic to anything?
Penicillin.
And what happens with that?
I get a rash.
Okay, I'm just going to check that against your armband. So Peter Pitt, 123754, 123754, 1st of the 1st, 1945, and you're wearing an allergy band, which means that indicates to me that you do have an allergy, which you said is penicillin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just going to sit you up a little bit, okay, and I'm just going to get you to take this. I do need to see that you have swallowed this medication.
Yep, thank
So
you.
here's some water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just need, it's a requirement, I make sure that I see you have that medication.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what I need to do now is I just need to be checking on you frequently. I'll come back in about 10-15 minutes and redo your vital signs, your blood pressure, respiratory rate, saturations, all of those vital signs, just to make sure that you are okay. And here is your buzzer. Do your heart rate as well. Here's your buzzer. If you need anything in the meantime, please buzz, and I will come back and see you straight away. Otherwise, I'll be back in a few minutes to check on you.
Yep.
Okay, so now what I need to do is here. So that's been disposed of. Okay, I'll dispose of the equipment. Medication cup has been disposed of. Hands are being washed.
Mhm.
Okay, and I'm just going to document, if I can get my second RN to come and actually document that that hasn't been given to Peter Pitt.
Yep.
It's been signed and that's the time. Okay, so 9:30. Okay,
Excellent.
happy with that?
Thank you.
And that concludes my medication administration of an S8. Thank you.